Okay, how we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of Supreme Ambient Light Rejection Screen Paint using ambient light rejection technology game. So, experimenting with something and something interesting popped up. All right, so this right here is something that is actually still, it'll be a test project, but I'm just curious, what do we have here? All right, so this right here, the spot you're seeing right now on the screen, that is a even darker version of the 12. All right, this was developed 5 minutes ago. Just out of curiosity, just throwing something out there, just to see what would happen. If I actually change the base of the 12 to even darker, what would happen? So this is the 12 right here. And then this right here is the darker version of the experimental version, what I have in that container over there. So I'm going to coat the entire screen. Usually I don't share these particular demonstrations, not like these right here. This is going to be a little interesting. So this is actually even darker than the 12. Because now I'm just trying to find something that I want a screen that's so dark that, I mean, I want it to look crazy, insanely dark. So there's two versions of this that are going to be tested. This one right here is actually darker than the 12. As you can see, this is the original 12 right here, the bigger screen. The two marks you see right there is the new stuff, right, I'm working on. So you'll see a difference in how darker this one is compared to the original 12. So I'm going to pour some of this out, and you can see how darker it is to the 12. It is actually even darker than the 12. Now, the interesting part about this is that I don't care about contrast. It's going to pull contrast regardless. What it needs to do, it has to pull a high white level. That's what it has to do. So I'm going to paint this in. We're going to hang this up over here. Use that projector over here. You get the chance to see a test being done 5 minutes after. Sorry about that. I had to put you guys into my data mode because right now my Wi-Fi is a little funny right now. I'm going to put you over here because even this is going to be my first time actually seeing this react. Now, like I said, it could be a bad reaction. It could be a good reaction. Don't know. I don't know how it's going to react at all. So you'll get a chance to see it for the first time. All right. Lights in here. Door shut. Clean that over. And let's pause that. Let's see what we have here. Let me grab something here so I can watch you when I paint this in. Now, this is nothing that's going to come out anytime soon at all, period. Because there's a lot of testing behind a lot of the products we're working on right now. And with everything I got to do, I don't have time to even try to even launch it. I just got too much on my plate right now going on. Just want to give you a look at this. See if we can get this moved down just a little bit more. There we go. I want to try to paint this in as carefully as possible without basically damaging my floors. I can't damage my floors because this stuff washes off. If you can just see how much more darker it is to the 12. And I know I'm going to have people contacting me. I was already with the other screen saying, hey, you have any chance of that coming out anytime soon? No. This is just all experimental. That's all it is. All experimental. To see what will happen. We can make it even darker than what it was before. The more important thing is that the screen Going to have to pull white level. I couldn't care less about contrast because I already know it has that capability to pull contrast level. Let's see, do we have? No, we don't have one in the middle of the screen. So I had a whatchamacallit on the middle of the screen. Believe it or not, there's one downstairs on the test table that's darker than this one. But we're going to do this one first and see what we get out of it. Now, as I told you before, when they're wet, they're dark. And as they dry, they get brighter. Now, this one was made to be rolled on application, but like I said, this is the beginning form of the technology. It doesn't have any form of real testing whatsoever, so basically there's no information on it whatsoever. It is a trial and error product, that's all it is. So it's nothing to be taken seriously. Just to see how it's going to react. That's it. I have to see how it's going to react to white levels. Let me get my corners first. See what I do. See how it's going to roll on too. That's not bad. Roll on is pretty good. Now this screen right here is a 235.1 screen. So I had to get the 235.1 projector that I have over there, which is 720p, to do the demonstration on. Alright, just want to make sure we got it completely covered. This is way darker than 12. The 12s pull up insane contrast over, so the screen is completely jet black. And as I told you before, that black comes in multiple shades. You can't go to a store and say, hey, I just want black. They're going to ask you, what shade of black do you want? So it comes in multiple shades. Okay, that is pretty black. So let's see how it reacts. That's the most important part, is seeing how it's going to react. Okay. Let's get you guys up. So I had to paint it over a 12 so you can see the difference between how dark it is compared to a 12. Right there. Like I said, could be a hit, could be a miss. Don't even know. The things I'm looking for is when the technology is wet. How bright is it when the technology is wet compared to when it's dry? Can we get a fan? Get a fan, get a fan, get a fan. Okay. That's a thought. That's a thought. get some air on it. Oh God, it's okay. We'll see. Still give us an idea. It's pretty good. It's pretty nice. Still got to see. Got to see. To see when it's wet, when it's dry. I'm better off if I put the fan here. I have a better chance of drying. It's here. Areas I missed. Areas that I missed on the screen. So, well, I can see there's a difference between that and 12 because it's actually darker than 12. I'll show you up front. So these are areas that I missed on the screen. So it is darker than the 12 because you can see spotted areas, the areas that I've missed. So this is actually darker than the 12. But like I said, I won't know until the screen fully dries. I won't know until I be able to test the white levels on the screen because like I said, I'm not worried about contrast. I'm more concerned about the white levels. That's what has to come up on the screen. These white levels to come up. That's what I'm looking for. Just want to make sure I got everything, all the corners and everything quite well. That's what I'm looking for. Those white levels need to be. Right now it's still wet. And then there has to be how fast it takes for it to dry. All that. This, like I said, this is something that was developed. Like I said, sometimes when I go down to the shop, it's just a spirit of a moment. Things will pop into my head like, oh, what'll happen if I put this together or I put that together, or if I combine this and combine that. It's just out of curiosity to see what would happen. I'm not trying to invent anything new, it's just out of curiosity. I got plenty of stuff like this that I have in booklets laying around the house that I just never get around to finishing. It's just something I just do out of curiosity to see what the reaction will be. So until the screen's fully dry, but let's see if we can just show something on there while the screen's wet. I would like to have like a super insane black version of the black that looks like this. That's what I'm looking for. See how dark that surface is on that phone? I know my phone's dirty, it's my old phone. But that's what I want. And if this thing works the way I think it does, I'm on the right track of exactly on getting it darker. So the purpose is basically to get the contrast levels insane on an insane level, but so it doesn't basically kick off, doesn't make the white levels unbalanced where it's too dark. But this is nothing that's coming out anytime soon. It's just all for, this is all testing. Okay, let me see. tell you, God gives you some amazing ideas, boy, I'm telling you. Well, question is, can we go darker? Can we go darker? I say, as the screen starts to dry, it gets lighter. And this also allows me to see how long it takes for the screen to dry, how long it takes for the product to activate. Okay. Excuse me. Look at the other screen right there. Just try to keep it as neutral as possible. That's a good improvement. That's why when I painted the screen, I had to do it on a previous screen that was painted with 12. Or you really wouldn't be able, if I was trying to explain it to you, you really wouldn't be able to see it. But showing you the screen painted first and little blocks here and there on the screen to show you how dark it is compared to a 12. 12s are black. This is just a very, very dark black. And as I said before, I had one person tell me, well, black is black. No, it isn't. Go Google the word shades of black and see how many different shades of black they make. It's quite a lot. But that's neither here nor there. Like I said, the main purpose of looking at this technology is not the contrast levels. It's going to produce contrast. The white levels, it's what screen has to show. That's what I'm looking at right now. It's going to be a bit marked up because, like I said, it's a test product. It's it. Later on, those advancements come in on making it smoother and having the ability to be able to, this is a rough draft of the technology. So I'm gonna have to order me a screen. Because I need a much bigger size to test it on. I can't do this on a smaller. This is an 80-inch 235.1 it was coded to. But it's producing the white light and I can see it. If it was too dark, those plants would be so dark you wouldn't be able to see them. They'd be muddy, dirty, clouded. That's what it would look like. So the white levels are pretty good. But I can see improvement. You can add more improvement to it. Alright, tomorrow we'll bring out it's actually another version of this that's actually blacker than this. And we'll see how that one reacts to whites and colors and all that other good stuff. Okay. Let's see if we got some nice bright colors. this. You know, I know some people are saying, well, why don't you have the lights out? When we testing a product like this, when we first develop it, we don't do it in the dark. It has to be done with the lights on. That's the most also important too. That screen's going to have to show up in a fully lit environment because it's going to be outside sooner or later for testing. So doing it in the dark, that's pretty much just cheating the product. And that's to do a version of it with a spray gun. I have to test it through a spray gun, see what happens. Sometimes some of the stuff we make does not work well with a spray gun. You have to roll it on, so we'll see what happens from there. Now, the coating that we developed, that's kind of like milk, that can be used for transparent. That stuff you can run through a paint spray all day long, but you can't throw it through a roller. This stuff you can throw it through a roller, but I don't know if we can throw it through a paint sprayer. I'll have to test that and see how it reacts. Now right there, we're still wet because like I said, any area is dark on the screen, it's going to come up wet. Or any area is wet, sorry, it's going to come up dark. Not bad. Not bad at all. Mine, like I said, screen is still wet. So you see those little droplets all over the screen? That screen is still soaking wet. And it's that bright. Like I said, they get brighter as they dry. So if this does work, and it does work the way I think it does, we just figured out a way how to take something super jet black. I can't tell you what we added into it, but the solution we added into it can allow the screen to actually accept white light. All right, now screen's not dry yet. I got to do another demonstration. Like I said, some areas may come up dark, but I have to find out. Okay, it's not what I'm requesting, but let's get to what I want. Yeah, I would get that. Oh, wow. Okay. You're not even dry yet. Okay. Okay. Give me something to think about right there. Let's see. Let's try this one right here. I want to see how the bright levels react on this. So the solution worked. It actually worked. So, like I said, it's a solution, a chemical, a separate chemical, has nothing to do with screen paint whatsoever. No. It's a solution that we developed that if we drop this stuff into any form of dark paint, it allows the paint to accept white light. Because instead of mixing all these products together to make these different products and it costing us so much money, why don't we just develop a solution that any form of black paint that we want to drop this stuff into, we can get it to draw white light. That's some of the crazy stuff we're working on. It just cuts down on time and everything on trying to figure out how to get all these products in different places and what become obsolete. So we are developing our own form of kind of, you can call it a liquid gain, you know, whatever you want to call it. But like I said, it's working. I mean, like I said, this is the early stages of it. Really, really early stages. There's no 10% or 1%. This is just raw demonstration. That's all it is. Imagine the possibilities. I could get 5 gallons of everyday black paint and drop that solution into it, and then boom, it turns it into this. This will cut down on costs. It'll cut down on trying to figure out exactly where to get certain products from in order to develop it. It's going to get brighter. It's going to dry. It's going to get brighter and brighter right in front of you. Oh man, this is. Oh, God is good. God is good. God is good. Don't get me wrong, there's a ton of improvements that need to be done. You might look at it and say, oh, that's fine. No, there is a ton of improvements that have to be done on it. But at least we got an idea of exactly where to go and how to advance it. So I love this stuff, man. So I'm interested in doing contrast levels. This is what I need to see. Bright, vivid colors. That bright whites and natural skin tones coming off a black screen. This is what I'm looking for. Well, y'all got a chance to see something that usually most companies never ever get a chance to see. You got a chance to watch a product that was developed 5 minutes ago, watch it be painted and activate. And like I said, even on my end, I wasn't even sure it was even going to work. I want to see this one too. I know I do this one a lot, but I have to see. Not that. Let's go look at the screen over here. Here we go. I need to see this one. I need to see the skin tones. Well, not that either. But apparently eventually I will get there. Colors are nice and bright. That's what I'm looking for. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Now the question is, can I go darker? Can I go darker than this screen? Because I said I want something that's super pitch black, but that can pull insane white light. So now we know exactly where to hit at. To stage the next for tomorrow is to test another one. It's going to be actually darker than this. What I tell you? And this is being used on my 720p projector, by the way. This is the 600 by 800 res projector, SVGA I'm using over there. And I also give you a distance of the room on how far we're back to show you that we're not just sitting right up on top of the screen. Bring it all the way back so I can show you where the projector sits and how much lighting we have in the environment. I don't tippy-toe tests. I never do. Anytime I do demonstrations, I never tippy-toe them. I'm not going to have doing a demonstration in the dark, and we're going to have to pull the projector back. Because keep in mind, this still has to go through distance throw. It still has to go through demonstrations outside. It still has to be tested on ultra short throw. It still has to be tested on the low entry level projectors we have here. All that stuff has to be tested. Just because it's showing this doesn't mean it's passed. It's far from basically the development stage of actually launching. It has to go through a lot of testing. This is why you can see this technology right here, the 12 that's passed every last test, can react perfectly with no problem in an environment. Because it's been through every test that I can put it through, and I have a demonstration for each one to back up the technology's capability. So if someone came and said, hey, my screen sits back so and so and so, and I have a 2000 lumen projector, well, we did it on 8. We did it at 9. My eyes, it can be better. Much, much better than this. Sooner or later, yeah, I'm going to have a projection screen company sooner or later beating down my door. They're going to be pissed off. Excuse my French, but it's going to come to that sooner or later. And I guarantee you they're watching me. I wouldn't put it past them if they weren't watching me. Ooh, wow, 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 wow. I would not put it past them if they weren't watching me. Because Black Diamond was. That's why they contacted us. They were watching us. Look at the water. That's a 720p projector. There's no point in me doing these. Like I said, if I was a company like these bigger companies on how they test their tech, number one, this would be demonstrated against a white screen. And number two, I'd probably be using a $6,000 projector behind me when I'm using a $140 projector. They're not going to use that projector I have behind me to test out their technology. Oh, heck no. So keep in mind, this technology will not be available anytime soon. There's a lot of testing that has to be done. In your eyes, it may look great. In my eyes, it doesn't. It could be much better. The screen could be much darker. The white levels could be higher. The colors could pop much better. So it's a beginning stage technology. That's all it is. And when it does finally launch, the price will be affordable so everybody can afford it. Let's see. All right, somebody texting me right now. They must be watching the demonstration because they just tell me they'll take a gallon of it. Like, no, it's not ready. It's nowhere near ready. There's still a lot of work that has to be done with it. See, people have to understand, you can't just say, oh, yeah, it looks amazing with the lights on, it looks beautiful. No, I got to test this on multiple surfaces. You know how many surfaces I have to paint this on to figure out exactly how it's going to marry to a surface? I got to paint it onto a motorized projection screen, buy a brand new motorized projection screen, apply it to a screen, roll it up and down, up and down, up and down, and then roll the screen up, leave it downstairs for about a month, come downstairs and unroll it to see if the screen will stick, or basically maybe it might separate. After all that testing has to be done. If it's weatherproof, I paint sheets of it, throw it in the backyard. It sits back there all year long. Rain, snow, sleet. Got to come back there and keep checking it. There's a whole lot of testing that goes on to test this stuff out. Some people ask me, like, how I even know how many rows of paint, layers of paint, it takes to jam up a projection screen. Believe it or not, yes, I have done it. It's 12. It's literally 12 to jam a motor on a projection screen. So all this stuff has to be tested. So that's what it'll do to a 720p. Heck, we might decide to design a gamer paint strictly for the console systems. I mean, yeah, I want one myself. I might develop a screen paint just strictly for the PS4 and Xbox to design something pretty cool. Something to make the colors explode even higher. Make it a gamer paint. That'd be pretty sick. Oh. Of course, the contrast levels are going to be berserk. As you can see, the screens is super black. Now, the application for the coding is going to need some work because as you can see right here, see those marks right there? That's not supposed to be there. So that is something that's going to have to be adjusted. There's a whole lot of testing that has to be done. I have to roll a screen over and over again. Not only got to roll it, I got to roll it in multiple different directions and let it dry. Because keep in mind, not everybody's going to be a professional painter. So a screen paint has to be made that you can paint it any way you want and not mess up your screen. It has to be completely foolproof. So it's a whole lot of testing that has to be done. But you'll never see those kind of tests with anybody else's screen paint because they won't do it. They'll just show you the paint, they'll show you the product in the dark, and they'll say, voila, it's going to be ready to launch. No, it's a whole lot of testing that has to go behind this stuff. How is this stuff going to actually go through a paint sprayer? Sometimes some stuff that we make will not go through a paint sprayer. We had this stuff we made called 3D paint. It was for the ceiling. That stuff was so thick, it would not go through a paint sprayer. Now, if I had marketed that and say, hey, you can use it with a paint sprayer, and you go to clog your expensive paint sprayer, I'm responsible for that. How much water can we add into it to thin it down before the paint starts to lose some of its abilities? All that stuff has to be tested. This is stuff people don't think about, but I have to think about it. Because I will have a customer that may put too much water in there, and it could basically damage the screen or take away from the screen. Then per square inch on how much paint does it take to paint a screen, which means I have to paint a 180-inch screen quart by quart. Then I got to waste some of it because I know sometimes some people are going to spill paint and waste paint. How much coverage can I get out of a roller? All that stuff. I have to know all that stuff. Test it on foam rollers, just about everything to see exactly how badly I can jack up the screen. So we know the white level is good. Like I say, it could be better. It could be much better. I got the rest of my LED lights to finish off my gaming room. Yay! I can finish it off now. Oh, that's beautiful. Now, I am going to be picking up a 4K projector. I am going to pick one up because we're going to be doing some demonstrations in 4K. I mean, it's not something that you need. We are going to do 4K versus 720p. I like doing those just to show you that you really don't have to buy a 4K if you don't want one. I'm going to find the cheapest 4K I can get my hands on. I'm not spending money for expensive 4K for what? This is 720p. Our lights are on. This is 720p. That's a 720p. All the projectors right here are all 720p projectors. All right, so let's give you a gander with the lights off, people. So I know you're probably down to see with the lights out. Let's take this one off because this thing generates a lot of light. Take this one off. Are we on that one? Okay. Let's find something else then. It's good for the goose, it's goose for the gander. I never understood that term at all. What can we put on here? Just looking for something. All right, I'll throw this on here. I haven't done this one at all, period. Probably get a political commercial. Oh, okay, that'll work. So it'll be marked as a test product. I think I should do something interesting. All right. So if I do decide to concentrate on this particular product, right, make it an interest. How long would it take me to get it up and going? I have other projects I'm working on too, so I'll figure that out tonight. What we'll do is we'll put in a promotional shopping cart for it. So a promotional shopping cart for, I guess, I don't know. Not for that, but I'll figure out a way how we can put a shopping cart where if anyone orders a Supreme Black 1 quart, and this won't be right away, this will probably be in 2021, they'll get, if anyone orders a Supreme Black out of this particular shopping cart, we'll get a quart of that technology for free. It'll only be a certain amount, that's it. The price of that will not be the price of a Supreme Black, just to let you know. But it's not going to be crazy insane where you can't afford it. Everybody will be able to afford it. Yeah, considering the fact that you don't spend a lot of money for a projector, man, it's a win-win right there. see what else we can get on here. Let's go with the LG right there. Okay, demo. Let's play around with this one for a little bit. Yeah, I'll stare at this screen for a minute. Oh, I left the fan on. This thing should be dry by now. Ugh. Not bad for 720p. But like I said, it's too easy because the lights are off. The screen is supposed to react the same way with the lights off than on. Same way. Now the darker we make this technology, that means the more light that it can pull in and reflect. All right, here's the last one. So now the screen is fully dried. It won't take long. This screen right here is around 235, and it's an 80-inch at 235. You see how the frame is on the screen right here? The 12. I like the 12. The 12 is black. I love my 12s. But I need a product so dark that it blends in with the frame. That's what I'm looking for. Now, like I said, this one right here is the first version of the technology. There's actually one downstairs that's darker than this one. So I have to see how that one's going to react also too. Until then, this one gets marked and stamped and put up on a shelf. That's how black this one is. Let's hope we having dinner right now. The brain just doesn't shut off. Always thinking about something else. Always thinking about something else. Never shuts down. Good thing. That's the first one. I'll let that play so you guys can watch that a bit. She'll be back. She'll have areas of work for my orders to push out tomorrow. Here we go. Okay, so let me show you something. This is what we're going to be testing. Once all my orders are done, I got to be at 4 o'clock in the morning. Containers just came in, so I got to be at 4 o'clock in the morning to knock all these orders out to get them done. This is the two formulas, right? So this is the first one. So you can get an idea. That's the first one right there. Right? You see how much more darker this one is? It has that special solution in it to do the exact same thing this one just did. But the difference is this one is very, very dark. So that's what we're working on right now, to develop a screen that is extremely super black that can produce white light. So that'll be the next demonstration for tomorrow. So now we figured out how to make a solution to make black chemical produce white light. Now all we have to do is this advanced solution. That's it. I couldn't care less about the base now anymore. We have a solution now, chemical, that can make anything of a super dark liquid or anything produce white light. So that means I am going to be applying for a trademark secret. I think that would be the smart thing to do. Okay, people, I'm gonna sit down and settle in. I'm gonna go over there and drop over to the lounge, start knocking out my lights in here, and get ready to start getting ready to sit down and eat. Might make some food or something, and jump on my back massage because my back is freaking killing me right now. So hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Tomorrow night I'll show you because I'm putting the LED lights in today. I just got my LED lights today. I'm gonna put them in. I'm not gonna show anything of that. I'll show it tomorrow, probably tomorrow at around 8 o'clock, because I have to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I have to knock all the orders out, get them done. Drivers coming in to pick up the rest of the orders and they're done. Just to let you know, if you place an order today, it's not going to go out on Friday because, like I said, the drivers are already coming down early to pick up everything, so it won't be time to make it. Any orders that do come in, I ordered enough containers over there, or actually got 2 more boxes of those containers come in at 32 a pop. There's enough product downstairs to have the next ship out date, which I have to find out what the next ship out date is going to be so I can get you guys taken care of on that day. For those of you who are going to be emailing me about this crazy stuff right here, that is not going to happen for a while. I'm just showing you exactly. I wanted to show you exactly how it was going to react. I didn't even know how it was going to react. We also at the same time on camera, so I know exactly what I had to do in order to actually advance it, or advance anything even more advanced than this. I know exactly what we have to work on now. So, yeah, there's a few other things we're about to work on with that. All right, I'm gonna skedaddle. Some rest and skedaddle. Just gonna play this real quick. Let me get some rest and skedaddle. Yeah, let's get the commercial. Always. I think everybody always gets commercial. If I'm gonna paint this up on something, I'm gonna spray it on a piece of wallpaper screen. Because if it's gonna be super jet black, I mean super crazy jet black, I want it to be on a thin piece of plexiglass. I want it to look something like it's gonna be something more futuristic. That's what I want. I don't want a fixed frame screen. I don't want to code it to a fixed frame screen. That's just for the demonstration screen. Because I want something I can roll it up and bend it and everything, and, like, you know, pour it up. Boom. That's what I want. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, people, again, thank you all for your time. Thank you for coming and watching the demonstration. And now you see, like I said, when I develop black screens, I'm not actually showing you a lot of contrast. That's not something I want to show you. For me, I'm looking for those white levels. That's what I'm looking for, because that's what the screen has to be able to prove it can do. If this screen came on here when I painted it in, and this thing was so dark that literally I couldn't see anything, it was muddy and dirty, well, it would have been a failed screen. So basically, I took a chance on coming in here and showing you something, because I know I got a lot of people, and I say a lot of people, but I got a good majority of people who don't like what I do. And I got a lot of people that would love to see me fail and fall flat on my face. So kind of took a bit of a chance showing you a technology that was developed about 5 minutes ago, not knowing what the outcome was going to be on live. But like I said, God willing, it came out pretty nice. So still has a lot of work that has to be done with it. There's still a lot of work that has to be done with it. I can see flaws throughout through the technology that can be advanced to make it much, much better than what it is. All right, but thank you for taking the time to come here and watch, and you all have a blessed night. Be safe out there.